A seed blowing onto a sunny terrace can stay hidden in plain sight for weeks, growing into a toxic threat right next to your bed. Welcome to Wandt, an AI-narrated technology video series unpacking the latest lectures and thoughts from Professor Adam Scott Wandt of the John Jay College of Criminal Justice. This episode was assembled by artificial intelligence from the professor's source materials. This is a cinematic overview and may not reflect his precise real-world wording. A decade ago, Professor Wandt spent his mornings on his terrace with a coffee and a long trough planter. It was a place for quiet and routine. One morning, he noticed a new seedling growing out of the soil. He hadn't planted it, but it looked familiar. He assumed it was a baby sunflower, likely a stray seed carried by the wind from a neighbor's garden, or dropped while he was eating sunflower seeds on the terrace. He decided to nurture it. He moved the seedling into a private pot and brought it inside, placing it on his bedside table next to a large window to let it grow in the warmth. This seedling, an entirely unknown environmental variable, now sat in his most intimate living space, protected by the assumption that it was harmless. For weeks, he cared for the plant. He turned the pot, checked the soil, and slept just inches away from it every night. The seedling eventually began to bud. As the flowers opened, it became clear that this was not a sunflower. Though it was clearly a different species, the plant was beautiful. He kept it by his bed, still unaware of its identity. During this time, the professor began feeling unwell. He experienced a persistent, unexplained malaise and a level of tiredness that didn't feel like himself. When we nurture a plant from a seedling, we often stop questioning what it actually is. By relying on that initial assumption, the professor had allowed a mystery variable to remain in his home, even as his health began to decline. The breakthrough happened during a casual phone call with a friend. They were discussing new AI applications that had just been released on the App Store. They decided to test a new visual identification tool, an app that claimed it could name any plant or flower from a single photograph. The AI analyzed the photo and identified a plant as a Tropa belladonna, better known as deadly nightshade. This plant is dangerous because it contains potent toxic alkaloids, including atropine and scopolamine. Since it bloomed next to where he slept, he was likely inhaling its pollen. Regular inhalation can lead to anticholinergic syndrome, causing respiratory irritation and disrupting the central nervous system. While the professor saw a beautiful mystery, the AI saw a documented biological hazard. It used objective data to categorize a threat that had been ignored for weeks. Immediately after identifying the plant, the professor removed the deadly nightshade from his bedroom. Following the plant's removal, he experienced a rapid recovery from the tiredness and malaise. It is important to note that the medical causation remains unconfirmed. We don't know for certain if the plant was the sole cause of his symptoms. The timeline shows a strong correlation. The AI provided the specific data point needed to recognize a documented toxin in his immediate environment. This highlights the true utility of artificial intelligence. It functions as an investigative tool, providing the accurate information humans need to make informed decisions about their safety. We often walk past risks because we are blinded by routine and simple assumptions. We see what we expect to see. Visual identification tools offer a way to verify those assumptions, acting as a second set of eyes that check the physical world against a vast database of knowledge. Using AI as an objective observer allows us to verify our surroundings and spot the details we might otherwise overlook. Like, follow, and subscribe for more deep dives into emerging technology, digital investigations, and the ideas shaping our future. And remember, stay curious and want knowledge.